One other question. When you talk about finding a feeling of relief, what do you do if you feel impatient working up the emotional scale gradually? What if you feel this impatience to...
That impatience itself is a hindering personality trait, isn't it? Mm-hmm. In other words, it's prompted by goal setting, by the way.
Yeah.
In other words, that feeling of impatience is measuring where I am and where I want to be, and then coming up with an uncomfortable feeling. People have been talking about it forever. The glass is half full or half empty. Which is it? And we say you have to decide. The way we approach this is make a decision about something and then line up with the decision. And so when you say I want to be over there and I'm over here, it's natural that impatience would be activated within you, because the feeling of impatience is the activation of contradictory vibration. Impatience is what it feels like when you want this and you're focused in opposition to it. And the only way that you can make impatience go away is to think thoughts that cause it to go away. You just have to talk yourself in to a more patient feeling. There are some who would say, and goal setters really say it often, don't be patient. Patient will get you nowhere. And we say impatience will get you nowhere either. Impatience will hold you from what you want. And so patience, being expectantly, comfortably satisfied where you are, but eager for more. So eager and patient and eager and patient and eager and patient and eager and patient. You see, it sort of falls on the heels of what we were talking about before. Yeah. If someone called you on the telephone and said, hello, you don't know me, I'm just calling to tell you I will never call you again, you would say, okay. You wouldn't feel any discomfort at all, because you didn't care about them calling, and the fact that now they're not going to call is a non-issue to you. Yeah. But if someone you care about told you that, you'd feel uncomfortable. So I just want to point out that if you want something and you focus upon it not happening, you're going to feel the discord of that. So the way to eliminate impatience is to step back. The rule of thumb is be as specific as you can be. And this goes along with the goal setting conversation that we had earlier. Be as specific as you can be and still feel good. So now let's combine this, because this is really a conversation worth having. So life has caused me to identify a lot of things I want. And let's say they're swirling over here, as they are in my vibrational reality. And I'm listening to Abraham say, everything you want has already been vibrationally created for you. And now 100% of your work, in other words, all the goals have been set. It's all done. 100% of my work now is to find alignment with that, of my effort. So now I'm just looking for reasons to relax. I'm looking for some subject that can make me feel good. I don't have to take the unfulfilled subject and work it into a place that feels good. I can take any subject that feels good and use that as my excuse to allow what's over there. Did you hear that? That's a huge distinction. People think that they have to take the issue that is not yet satisfying them and wrestle it to the ground and kill it. And we want you to know this unfulfilled thing has already put all kinds of intentionality in your vibrational creation. And now your work is to soften the resistance, which is the only thing that is keeping you from it anyway. So in the beginning, we said to people, you are the creator of your own reality. And when you become deliberate about what you want, then you get to direct the way the universe works for you. And people love that idea. That falls into the category of goal setting. You get to direct the power of the universe toward the fulfillment of things that matter to you. Ooh, how exciting is that? So many got all excited about that at first until they found out that they weren't very good at focusing. And then we said, you create your own reality and you get what you think about whether you want it or not. And then they started freaking out. Cancel, cancel. They tried to suck the thoughts back before law of attraction got hold of them and gave them stuff they didn't want. So then we say to you, yes, you are the creator of your own reality and you are creating day to day as life is going, but now your work is to allow what you've already set into motion. And so then people say, well, Abraham, which is it? Am I a goal-setting, deliberate, intentional creator of my own reality? Or am I someone who sits with my feet dangling in the swimming pool, petting my cat and looking for reasons to feel good? And we say, you're both of those things, but life is going to cause you to set the goals. Let your dominant emphasis be upon chilling out and allowing what you've already identified that you want to come. Following so far? But then, this advanced group of deliberate creators that you are, you say, but wouldn't it even be more fun if I could intentionally set a goal, and then consciously feel my misalignment with it, boom, and then deliberately focus my mind in the direction of what I want, and then watch the universal forces bring it about. Such satisfaction. That's deliberate creation. In other words, to think and feel and think and feel, but to guide your thoughts on the basis of the feeling, that's really what deliberate creating is all about. Yeah. Nothing is more delicious than to be in an environment where you're inspired to something new, and then consciously recognize that you're not up to speed with it, and then deliberately get up to speed with it, and then have all of the evidence as it's coming in, and all of the evidence as you're feeling better, and all of the evidence as it manifests that I did that. And then realize, yeah, I did it. I got it. I created it. I am it. And I'm also now standing in a new place with new contrast that's going to cause it to happen all again. And so when you get into the mode of this, this is the rhythm of life that we're wanting you all to fall in and feel the comfort of. In other words, to want and achieve and want and achieve and want and achieve and want and achieve. The journey from not having to having and not having to having and not having to having isn't about the having, it's about the journey. It's about the joy of molding the clay. It's about the joy of sifting through the data and coming to the conclusions and recognizing. It's about the satisfaction of appreciating the others in all of their variety, who give you the platform from which you can accomplish even the setting of your goal or the identifying of your intention. Life is about the molding of the clay. It's not about the being over here and getting over there, and then when I get over there feeling better. It's about the idea of being over there, which causes me to move in the direction of over there. Molding the clay. We think one of the major components of a really enjoyable meal is hunger before you sat to eat. We think the most satisfying massages you've ever had are when your body's a little weary and tired. We think the greatest satisfaction in life is the moving through the contrast and the constant evolution. All that goes wrong for you is that you get too far apart. You talk about agony and ecstasy, and we say you never really enjoy any of it when your vibrations are so far apart. Mind your gap, and do it on purpose and feel the fun of it. And when you consciously do this and you feel the universal forces kick in, you'll begin saying and meaning and knowing everything always works out for me. Source energy is always lined up for me. Things are supposed to go well for me. And not just you in that competitive fashion, for everyone. It's supposed to feel good. Get that umbrella out of there and stop shading yourself from the abundance that is flowing.
Abraham, are you able to tell me how I'm doing vibrationally? I feel like I'm on track and my life is going very well.
Well, that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Yeah. You see, what you're saying to us is, okay, Abraham, I accept that the way I feel is the indicator. But it would be ever so helpful if I didn't have to use my own guidance and you just tell me. And the reason that people say that is because most of you are accustomed to offering the majority of your vibration in response to what you're seeing. And so you want it to be there. Show it to me, and then I'll feel better. And this isn't so different from that. Tell me what you see so that I will feel better. See? And we say, you can trust the way you feel. When you sat down and you described what life is like for you, and you began expressing your appreciation, you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on. And you will never ever be in a place where there is not resistance in your vibration, nor would you ever want there to be. In other words, you want to be a discerning, aware creator. Very helpful.
Good. Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.